Welcome to Health Guy's Guide, your trusted source for men's health and wellness. Whether it's boosting your energy, improving your sexual health, or enhancing your overall well-being, we've got you covered with practical tips and expert insights. Subscribe to stay informed, take charge of your health, and live your best life. Your health matters. Let's make it a priority.
He's the life of the party, the strong silent type, always there to lend a hand, but never one to ask for help.
It's time to shatter the illusion. Beneath the surface, many men are hurting, battling depression, anxiety, PTSD, and thoughts of suicide at alarming rates. We're taught from a young age that men don't cry, that vulnerability is weakness. It's about acknowledging that true strength lies in vulnerability, in seeking connection, and in prioritizing mental well-being. When men are given the space to be emotionally honest, they can show up more fully in their relationships, their families, and their communities. So let's start talking. Let's listen without judgment.
He might be the life of the party, always cracking jokes and wearing a smile. He could be the stoic, reliable one, shouldering everyone else's burdens without complaint. Or maybe he's the workaholic, always striving, always pushing, never seeming to slow down.
Depression in men rarely wears its heart on its sleeve. It often lurks in the shadows, disguised as anger, irritability, or a constant need for distraction. Depression whispers insidious lies. You're not good enough, you'll never measure up. Recognizing the signs of male depression is crucial. It's not always about sadness. It can manifest as increased irritability, anger outbursts, difficulty sleeping, and fatigue. The first step towards healing is acknowledging that there's a problem. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. Breaking the silence is the most courageous thing you can do. The journey out of depression can be long and challenging, but it's a journey worth taking.
The first step is breaking the silence, acknowledging that there's a problem and seeking help.
Therapy can provide a safe and supportive space to explore your thoughts and feelings, develop coping mechanisms, and work towards lasting change.
Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Reach out, connect, and allow yourself to be supported.
He looks calm, cool, collected, but beneath the surface something else is churning.
His heart races, his palms sweat, and his mind spins with 1,000 worries. He's battling an invisible enemy, anxiety.
Anxiety in men often hides in plain sight. It can manifest as restlessness, irritability, difficulty concentrating, or a constant need to be on.
Ignoring anxiety doesn't make it go away. It just festers, growing stronger in the shadows.
Imagine your brain is like a high-performance sports car. It's built for speed, power, and handling pressure. But what happens when you keep your foot jammed on the accelerator, pushing it to the limit day after day? Eventually, something's got to give. That's anxiety. Your system stuck in overdrive, redlining, and on the verge of a breakdown. The more we try to outrun it, the faster it chases us, leaving us feeling trapped, exhausted, and defeated.
So, how do you hit the brakes on a runaway mind? It's not about simply calming down or thinking positive thoughts.
It requires a multi-pronged approach, one that addresses both the mind and body. Acceptance is the first step to breaking its power.
Deep breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation, yoga. These practices are scientifically proven to calm the nervous system and reduce stress hormones.
Seeking professional help is a sign of strength, not weakness. A therapist can provide a safe, non-judgmental space to explore your anxieties.
He might flinch at a loud noise, his eyes darting to find the source of the threat that isn't there.
These are just some of the invisible scars of PTSD, wounds that run deep beneath the surface.
Trauma doesn't discriminate. It can stem from a car accident, a natural disaster, a violent assault, or any event that overwhelms our ability to cope.
Ignoring these symptoms won't make them disappear. It only allows them to fester and grow. While combat experience is a significant risk factor for PTSD, it's crucial to remember that trauma doesn't wear a uniform. First responders, firefighters, police officers, paramedics witness horrific events daily, confronting trauma head-on as part of their jobs. The emotional toll of witnessing suffering can leave invisible scars that run deep. The message is clear. PTSD is not a sign of weakness, and it's not something to be ashamed of. Trauma rewires the brain, leaving it in a constant state of fight or flight.
Trauma-focused therapies, such as eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, and cognitive processing therapy, have proven highly effective in treating PTSD.
Group therapy can also be incredibly beneficial, providing a supportive space to connect with others who understand the unique challenges of living with PTSD.
Medication can also play a role in managing symptoms, helping to alleviate anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances.
He might be the life of the party, always cracking jokes and wearing a brave face.
Or maybe he's the strong, silent type, the one everyone relies on, never letting them see him sweat.
Men are far more likely to die by suicide than women, and the reasons are complex, often rooted in societal expectations.
It's time to start talking, to listen without judgment, and to offer support to those who are struggling.
Recognizing the warning signs. Suicidal thoughts can be difficult to detect, especially in men who are often adept at hiding their pain. But there are warning signs, subtle shifts in behavior and speech that can serve as red flags, urging us to pay attention, to reach out and to offer support. One of the most common signs is withdrawal. A man who was once social and engaged might start isolating himself, avoiding contact with friends and family, and losing interest in activities he once enjoyed. Changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and energy levels can also be indicators. He might be sleeping much more or much less than usual, experiencing significant weight loss or gain, or feeling constantly fatigued. He might also start talking about feeling hopeless, trapped, or like a burden to others. These are not signs of weakness. They are cries for help, desperate pleas for someone to see their pain and offer a lifeline. Pay attention to changes in his behavior, especially if he starts giving away prized possessions, making reckless decisions, or engaging in risky behaviors. These can be signs that he's preparing for the worst, trying to get his affairs in order or seeking a way to numb the pain. If you notice any of these warning signs, don't hesitate to reach out. Your concern could save a life. Talking about suicide can be uncomfortable, even frightening, but it's crucial to remember that asking someone if they're having suicidal thoughts will not plant the idea in their head.
In fact, it can be a huge relief for someone who's struggling to finally have their pain acknowledged and validated.
If you're concerned about someone, approach them with empathy and compassion. Let them know that you've noticed they haven't been themselves and that you're worried about them.
Ask direct questions like, "Are you thinking about suicide?" Or "Have you thought about hurting yourself?" Listen without judgment and offer your support.
Encourage them to seek professional help. A therapist can provide a safe and confidential space to explore their thoughts and feelings and develop coping strategies.
If the situation is an emergency, don't hesitate to call 911 or take them to the nearest emergency room.
There are also numerous resources available, such as the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988 and the crisis text line by texting HOME to 741741, which offer 24/7 support to individuals in crisis.
Remember, you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes the most important thing you can do is simply be there, to listen without judgment, and to let them know that they're not alone.
Your support could be the lifeline they need to hold on to hope and begin the journey toward healing. From the moment they're boys, a narrative is woven around them, a blueprint for what it means to be a man. Be strong, be stoic, be the provider, the protector, the rock. Don't show weakness, don't complain, don't cry.
These messages, often unspoken but ever present, form the bedrock of traditional masculinity, a code that many men feel compelled to live by, even if it comes at a cost.
It's a heavy weight to carry, this burden of expectation. It tells men that their worth is measured by their success, their income, their ability to man up in the face of adversity.
It teaches them to suppress their emotions, to bottle up their feelings, to project an image of stoicism and strength, even when they're crumbling inside.
But this facade of invulnerability is a fragile thing, a house of cards waiting to collapse under the weight of unprocessed emotions and unmet needs.
The pressure to conform, to fit into a narrowly defined box of what it means to be manly, can have devastating consequences for men's mental health.
The truth is, there's no one way to be a man. Strength comes in many forms, and vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a human experience that connects us all.
It's time to challenge these outdated notions of masculinity and create a world where men feel safe and supported in expressing their full range of emotions, seeking help when they need it, and defining success on their own terms.
It's time to redefine success on our own terms, to let go of the need to impress others, and to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our passions, our mental and emotional well-being. True success is not about external validation, it's about internal fulfillment. The truth is, success is a deeply personal concept, unique to each individual. It's not about the size of your bank account, the car you drive, or the number of likes you get on social media. It's about living a life that feels authentic and meaningful to you, one that aligns with your values and brings you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's a carefully curated illusion, a highlight reel of the best moments designed to sell a lifestyle that few can attain and even fewer can sustain. Yet this manufactured image of success becomes the yardstick against which many men measure their own lives, leading to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and a constant pressure to keep up appearances. The relentless pursuit of this elusive ideal can be exhausting, leaving men feeling like they're never good enough, never doing enough, never being enough. Scroll through social media, and you'll be bombarded with images of the ideal man, chiseled physique, six-figure salary, perfect family, living a life of adventure and luxury. Imagine a world where men feel empowered to express their full range of emotions, where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength, and where vulnerability is embraced as a catalyst for connection and growth. This is the world we need to create, a world where men feel safe and supported in being their authentic selves, free from the constraints of outdated gender roles and expectations.
It starts with challenging the narrative that vulnerability is weakness. Vulnerability is not about being weak or helpless. It's about having the courage to be open and honest about our struggles, to let others see our true selves, imperfections and all. It's about building genuine connections based on trust, empathy and shared humanity.
Redefining strength means recognizing that it takes courage to seek help when we're struggling, to admit that we don't have all the answers, and to allow ourselves to be vulnerable with those we trust. It means letting go of the need to be the strong one all the time and allowing ourselves to be supported by others. This shift in perspective won't happen overnight. We've journeyed through some dark and uncomfortable territory, haven't we? Depression, anxiety, PTSD, suicidal thoughts. These are not easy topics to discuss, especially for men who've been taught to keep their struggles bottled up. But here's the thing, lads. Acknowledging these issues, shining a light on the hidden struggles so many men face, is the first step towards dismantling the stigma and creating a culture where seeking help is not seen as a sign of weakness, but as the courageous act it truly is. Think of it this way: if you had a broken leg, you wouldn't hesitate to see a doctor, would you? You wouldn't try to tough it out and pretend everything was fine while hobbling around in agony. Mental health is no different. It's part of our overall well-being, just as important as our physical health, and it deserves the same care and attention. Seeking help doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough to admit you need support. It means you're choosing to take control of your life, to break free from the shackles of silence and stigma, and to prioritize your mental well-being. And trust me, that takes guts. There's a quiet strength in vulnerability, in allowing yourself to be seen and heard, in reaching out for a hand when you feel like you're drowning. It's in those moments of honesty, of letting go of the need to be okay all the time, that true healing can begin. We've spent generations reinforcing a narrative that tells men they need to be strong, stoic, and self-reliant, that seeking help is a sign of weakness. It's time to rewrite that narrative. It's time to create a world where men feel empowered to prioritize their mental health, to express their emotions openly and honestly, and to seek help without shame or judgment. This isn't just about individual men, it's about creating a cultural shift that benefits everyone. When men feel supported in expressing their emotions, they become better partners, fathers, friends, and members of their communities. They break the cycle of silence and create a ripple effect, encouraging other men to do the same. So, what can you do? Start by challenging those outdated notions of masculinity within yourself and in the world around you. Call out toxic behavior when you see it. Support organizations that are working to change the conversation around men's mental health. And most importantly, be there for the men in your life. Listen without judgment, offer support without trying to fix them. Let them know that they're not alone, that their struggles are valid, and that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Together we can create a world where men feel empowered to live happier, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. Remember, lads, talking about it is the first step. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out, connect, and let's start rewriting the narrative together. That's all, folks! If you're ready to flex those health muscles and take charge of your well-being, hit that subscribe button and join the Health Guys Guide crew. We're here to talk all things men's health, whether it's tackling tough topics like erectile dysfunction or dishing out tips on boosting your testosterone. Remember, a healthy guy is a happy guy. If you're committed to prioritizing your health and making informed decisions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the community. We're here to provide you with everything you need to know about men's health, from understanding the signs of erectile dysfunction to optimizing your testosterone levels. Your well-being is our priority. Let's navigate this journey together. Stay proactive, stay informed, and remember, a healthier you leads to a stronger, better you. See you in the next episode.